that we were all serving. So thank you for being here at such short notice. We are going to give you a briefing about the water rationing that we announced 2 days ago, and we're going to explain to you why we have the briefing, how we are managing it, and what the residents can expect. Without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Babu Mayor, and as usual at the end we will take questions, and the senior officials and the senior leadership with the Mayor will support the Mayor in answering those questions. If you could set a little bit, colleagues, so that Babu Mayor can kick off. Oh, is it right? Okay, all right. If you could close the door so that the clattering of dishes doesn't disturb me. Babu Mayor, over to you.
Thank you, Sislindi. Greetings to the Deputy Mayor of our municipality, Councillor Mavundla, the Deputy City Manager of our training services, Mr. Mnguni, Sibingelel Babmakanya. We also wish to greet our head of water and sanitation, Mr. Mxolisi, and greet the members of the 4th Estate present today, this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all and the members of the public. Thank you for attending this media briefing that we have convened to advise our residents of the decision the municipality has taken to implement water rationing as from Monday, the 20th of June 2022, in all areas that are supplied by the Durban Heights Water Treatment Plant, which is operated and managed by Umgeni Water. Water rationing has become necessary due to reduced water supply from the Durban Heights Water Treatment Plant. This shortfall has been caused by Umgeni Water being unable to receive adequate raw water from Nekil Dam because of extensive damage to 2 raw water pipelines in the April disasters that we experienced heavy rainfalls. Will remain for the next 10 to 12 months. We have done our best to minimize the impact of this rational supply by ensuring that it is implemented during the hours where the water usage is very low. Therefore, people will be able to have water in the morning before they go to work or school. They will also be able to have water for cooking when they return home in the evening. This decision has been communicated to all our stakeholders and communities affected, including business and various government departments. Currently, we are distributing posters and loud hailing in all affected areas. We urge all residents to check the updated water rationing schedule on our website and social media platforms, where we are communicating about the schedule. The rationing in all areas that were affected by floods will be implemented for the maximum of 4 hours. We appeal to our residents to conserve water during this period to avoid more hours being added into the schedule. So we need to use our water in a way that we really conserve it during this difficult period. While Umgeni Water continues to make progress in providing full contracted volumes of drinking water to Ethekwini municipality, a shortfall remains and will be eradicated when the damaged pipelines are repaired and recommissioned. According to a work schedule provided to Umgeni Water by the appointed contractor, repairs to the damaged pipes are expected to be completed by June 2023. To effectively manage this shortfall so that affected areas have access to some water for some parts of the day, Ethekwini has introduced a system of rotational supply so that distribution is balanced on an equitable basis. This will remain in place until repairs of the pipelines are completed. Umgeni Water is able to report on the following developments that will have a positive effect on the work program for returning Durban Heights Water Treatment Plant's potable water production to contracted levels. In regard to status of the Reservoir 3 at Durban Heights, the KwaZulu-Natal Division of the High Court, Pietermaritzburg, has accepted a consent order initiated by Umngeni Water that now opens the way for repair work on Reservoir 3 at the Durban Heights water treatment plant to be undertaken. If all goes according to schedule, the work on Reservoir 3 will be completed by November 2022, after which 340 million litres of storage space will become available. On the status of Aqueduct 1 and Aqueduct 2 restoration, the contractor was appointed to conduct repair work on the 2 damaged pipelines that convey raw water from Negley Dam to the Durban Heights water treatment plant, has submitted a draft work program to Umngeni Water. Work is due to begin next week. The draft work schedule outlines how the project will be implemented in order to bring the 2 raw water pipelines back to functionality. Both pipelines require extensive work to restore functionality. Sections of the pipelines, some hundreds of meters in length, will have to be redesigned and new sections be connected. This illustrates in stark reality the severity of the damage and explains why full restoration is expected to be 10 to 12 months. How the raw water pipeline impact is being managed by the city and Umngeni Water. The temporal decommissioning of the 2 Negley Dam Durban Heights water treatment plant raw water pipelines means that there is only 2 that remain functional instead of 4. This has caused a shortfall in raw water supply, and in return, it reduced volumes of potable water being supplied to Ethekwini municipality. To augment resources and partially reduce the shortfall, 3 of the 4 emergency shaft pumps at the Durban Heights water treatment plant are being used to transfer water from Inanda Dam. Umngeni Water still requires on average an additional 40 million litres per day to meet the full amount of potable water that it is contracted to supply to us as a municipality. It is important that stakeholders realize that the shortfalls in raw water and potable water availability and supply will persist until the 2 raw water pipelines are repaired, recommissioned, and their efficacy restored. It is in this context, therefore, that an appeal is being made for full cooperation and support from all stakeholders as Umngeni Water and Ethekwini work closely together to ensure that some water is available to consumers who are supplied by reservoirs fed from the Durban Heights water treatment plant. To illustrate the seriousness with which the current circumstances are being taken, a fully fledged war room has been established at the request of the Minister of Water and Sanitation, working with us and as the city and the province. The war room is headed by Ethekwini Water and Sanitation and has been operating since April. It meets daily to receive reports on progress, oversee progress, and institute interventions where required so that access to water is available and improved. In the approximately 8 weeks of its existence, the war room has overseen deployment of around 182 vitally needed water tankers, installation of static water tanks in several areas, and facilitated funding allocation for urgent restoration work. It continues to oversee reconstruction of Tongat water works, along with monitoring of progress with restoration of wastewater works that were damaged in April 22 floods. Ethekwini municipality has also started a program of drilling boreholes to increase access to clean potable water, particularly in rural areas. The implementation of the project will be over a period of 3 months. Our water scientific services ensure that water samples from the boreholes are taken and tested to ensure that the water is safe for human consumption. Earlier on today, we went to Ward 105, where we were introducing and launching this borehole program of the municipality. A total of 20 boreholes will be drilled, and we are pleased that 5 have already been installed. The municipality has set aside 15 million rands in the next financial year for the drilling of boreholes. Ethekwini and Umgeni Water appeal to the public to use water sparingly to ensure that all customers have access to some water. Customers are also cautioned against stockpiling water, as this could collapse the already constrained system. Because water rationing is a planned event, tankers will not be dispatched to cover the rationing period. They will only be dispatched to areas experiencing outages as opposed to rationing. The public is encouraged to keep reporting leaks so that they can be attended to speedily to minimize water losses. Stakeholders are encouraged to visit city's social media platforms for regular updates in this regard. We are hopeful that community leaders and communities themselves will support the water rationing strategy as we collectively navigate these trying times. As the leadership of Ethekwini Municipality, we understand the frustration and the inconvenience this will cause to our residents. In order for us to have a lasting solution to our water challenges, we must ensure that we all play our part so that the work of restoring full water supply is fast-tracked. And we also wish to appeal to all committee members to cooperate with us not to stage public protests which are violent in nature, because this challenge requires all of us to work together to resolve. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Dr. Mayor. Maybe we could request you for a brief summary, Mr. Zulu.
Siyabonga kakhulu kulabo abakwazile ukufika ukuze sazise umphakathi wakithi abezokusakaza sazise umphakathi wonke waseThekwini ngohlelo lokongiwa kwamanzi nokunqandwa ukuthi amanzi asabalale ngendlela ejwayelekile eindaweni zonke ezakhele iTheku. Lokhu ke kuzoba umsebenzi ozoqala kusukela ngomsombuluko mhla ka-20 June la sonciphisa khona amanzi engatholakali eindaweni zethu isikhathi esithile ukuze sikwazi ukubhekana nenkinga esibhekene nayo. Le nkinga ke esibhekene nayo idalwe kakhulu umonakalo wezikhukhula ezenzeke manje ngo-April ezenze ukuthi ke amapipe amakhulu umngeni water owasebenzisayo amane kodwa kube amabili kuphela asebenzayo njengamanje. Lokho kube sekwehlisa umthamo wamanzi efanele umngeni water usihlinzeke ngawo njengabahlali baseThekwini. Uma ngabe ke wehla lo mthamo wamanzi lokhu kusho ukuthi kufanele ube khona esikwenzayo ukuqinisekisa ukuthi wonke umuntu uyawathola amanzi. Kodwa ukwenza isiqiniseko ukuthi wonke umuntu uyawathola amanzi kumele ke sizame ukuthi kwezinye indawo kujikeleze indawo nendawo njengoba sike senze nje makuthiwa kune load shedding kodwa ke i-water rationing okuwukuthi kuncishiswa kwamanzi asupply lomphakathi nokuthi angabe khona ngekhathi ezithize kuzothatha nje amahora amane okwamanje. Kodwa lamahora amane asengakhuphuka uma ngabe umphakathi ungawaphathi kahle amanzi kufaka ingcindezi enkulu kulamanzi amancane esinawo. Kuzobaleka ukuthi sonke njengomphakathi amabhizinisi nabo bonke abasebenzisa amanzi eThekwini siqinisekise ukuthi siwasebenzisa ngendlela yokuwonga. Kungabi khona amanzi azochitheka phansi, kungabi khona amanzi azomoshwa ngoba lawo manzi uma kwenzeke mosheka lokho kuzofaka ingcindezi enkulu ekutheni amanzi esinawo umthamo ungeneli ukuthi kuhlinzeke bonke abantu baseThekwini ngamanzi. Lesi sinqumo ke sisithathe ngoba bekubalekile futhi lesi sinqumo sithathe ngoba kukho kunye besingakwenza okungaphezulu kwalokho ukuthi sikwazi ukuqinisekisa ukuthi akwenzeki inkinga ukuthi amanzi engabe khona kulo lonke idolobha. Bekumeleke ukuthi siqinisekise ukuthi siyabambisana nomphakathi, siunxuse, siucele ukuthi ukubekezelele lokho. Kodwa siqinisekisile ukuthi amanzi awazuqedwa ngalezi zikhathi abantu kufanele begeze beye emsebenzini nasezikoleni. Azohamba ngalezi zikhathi engasetshenziswa ngazo kakhulu ukwenza sikwazi ukuwonga. Mase kuthi ke ntambama abantu sebebuye emsebenzini nasezikoleni nasemabhizinisini bekwazi ke ukuthi bewathole amanzi. Ngakho ke sibona ukuthi kumele umngeni water siunikeze ithuba lokuthi ubhekane nokulungisa lemisebenzi emikhulu ekumele babhekane nayo ukuthi bayilungise, ngoba uma ngabe ngalungisiwe lamapayipi isimo sokushoda kwamanzi, kusweleka kwamanzi sizoqhubeka sidlundlubale edolobheni lethu. Ngakho ke umngeni water usinikezile ukuthi khamba kanjani ngodaba lokulungiswa kweDurban Heights, iReservoir 3 lapha ya eReservoir Hills, okuyiyona ethwala umthamo omningi isigcina amanzi esikhulu lapha edolobheni lakithi. Bakuvezile ke ukuthi udaba bekade luseyinkantolo belenza ukuthi uhlelo lokulungiswa kwalela damu lingenzeki kahle seluqediwe lapha ya enkantolo yaseMaritzburg eHigh Court. Ngakho ke inkampani kuyiyona ezoqhubeka nomsebenzi, iyathembisa ukuthi ngokweschedule noma ngokohlelo lwabo kungase bekwazi ukuqeda lo msebenzi ngoNovember kulonyaka esikuwo. Lokho ke kuyobe sekusho ukuthi sizobuyelwa amanzi asilahlekele alinganiselwa emakhulwini amathathu namashumi amane 340 million liters alahlekile ngesikhathi kunale nkinga ukuthi alisebenzi leli damu okuyilona damu elikhulu elisupply idolobha lethu. Kanti nawo amapayipi la ukulungiswa kwawo lawo amakhulu okuyiwona ahambisa amanzi ehlinzekela imiphakathi yakithi lapha eThekwini, lawo mapayipi lawo bayachaza ke umngeni water ukuthi uhlelo lokwalungisa selukhona, bayaqala ngesonto elizayo. Lesi schedule ke noma uhla lolu okuyilona abazobe belisebenzisa ukuthi kuzolunga emva kwesikhathi esingakanani luyaqedelwa ke nalo ekutheni liqinisekise ukuthi njengoba kuzoqalwa next week bekwazi ukuhlala begxile einsukwini abayinqumele zona. Ngoba uma ngabe lokhu kulunga kuzomela sikusho futhi sicacise ukuthi ukubuyisa amanzi nje ngendlela ejwayelekile ikwazi ukuthi sibe namanzi enele. Kuzofanele ukuthi wonke lamapayipi ngoba adlulisa umthamo omkhulu wamanzi kuphinde futhi aredesignwe amanye awo, kube namanye futhi ama sections amasha khona ukuthi umsebenzi uzoba mkhulu wokulungiswa kwalamapayipi. Lokhu ke kuchaza ukuthi sisazoba nayo inkinga ngale damage enkulu eyenzakalile yamanzi ngaphandle ukuthi kuze kulungeke lamapayipi esikhuluma ngawo, okulinganiselwa ukuthi umsebenzi uwonke uphelele ungasuqedwe ezinyangeni eziyishumi kuya ezinyangeni eziyishumi nambili. Umthelela ke okungabi khona kwalamanzi mkhulu kakhulu kwalamapayipi mkhulu kakhulu kakhulukazi edolobheni lakithi lapha eThekwini, ngoba umngeni usazodinga ukuthi at least okungenani bebe nawo ama liters awu 40 million per day ekutheni bekwazi ukuthi besilekelele ukuthi sikwazi ukudlulisela amanzi emphakathini. Kubalekile ukuthi bonke abathintakalayo umphakathi nama stakeholders wonke sikwazi ukuthi liqonde ngendlela efanele lolu daba ukuthi kuzomela sonke sibambisane, ngoba udaba olungelula kakhulu kodwa oludinga ukubambisana ukuze sidlule kulo. Ngakho ke umngeni water soqhubeka nokusebenzisana nawo njengomkhandlu waseThekwini qinisekise ukuthi umphakathi siya-update kuko konke okwenzakalayo. Kubeke sekuvulwa i-war room okuyindawo ke la kuhlangana khona iminyango kazwelonke wesifundazwe nathi njengomasipala kuliwa kahle hle isempini lapho kuliwa nokuthi kulungiswa kanjani inkinga njoba umonakalo wezikhukhula ushiye umonakalo omkhulu edolobheni lakithi nakwenye ingxenye yesifundazwe. Ngakho ke i-war room ithende mayiqala ukusebenza yaqinisekisa ukuthi akusheshe kulungiswe ngokusheshsha lokho kungakwazi ukulunga Yasiyafaka nohlelo lezimoto ezithutha amanzi eziwu-182 okuyizona eziphakela amanzi emphakathini ngokuhlukahlukana kwawo. Kodwa kwatholakala ukuthi nezimoto lezi ukwenza ukuthi ikwazi ukusebenza kahle kufakwe namathangi amanzi emphakathini, leyo sobizwa ama-static tanks, ukwenza ukuthi amanzi agcineke, abantu bengagcini sebejahe imoto zamanzi, ikakhulukazi kulezi indawo ebeyivese ziney'ngqinamba ezinkulu zamanzi. Iyaqhubeka futhi i-war room ukubheka i-overseer i-construction yasothongathi water works, njengoba sazi sonke ukuthi kunaloya msebenzi wasothongathi ukuthi kulungise i-water plant yethu eyamuka nezikhukhula. Ngakho-ke nawo umsebenzi ngokunjalo kumele siwubheke ukuthi uhamba ngendlela ekulindeleke ngayo. NjengeTheku-ke siyafisa futhi ukuqinisekisa umphakathi ukuthi asimile yonke le miphakathi ikakhulukazi sey'ndaweni ezisemakhaya engawatholi amanzi ngendlela. Sesiliqalile uhlelo besilethula namhlanje lapha eMfume la esikhuluma khona ngokuthi eWard 105 ukuthi sifake ama-boreholes. Ama-boreholes azosilekelela-ke ukuthi amanzi siwathole phansi, siwathole lithi akhona semaningi amanzi akhona phansi. Ngakho ukusetshenziswa kwawo kulawa u5 nje asefakiwe njengamanje umsebenzi wenziwayo uqiniseke ukuthi kubhekwa ukuthi kungabe amanzi atholakala khona ahlanzekile yini, awungazukuba nazo izinto engase zibe nomthelela empilweni yabantu, ukwenza ukuthi asetshenziswe uma sekuqinisekisiwe ukuthi yonke into ihamba kahle. Kodwa-ke esewonke ama-borehole azoba la ko-20 esowavula nje ngokushesha. Sisebenziseke imali engango-15 million kamasipala ukuthi maqala nje uJuly aqale afakwe amanye ama-boreholes. Umngeni water uyacela-ke sibambisene nawo nathi njengomasipala waseThekwini ukuthi kubo bonke sibasizayo ngokutholakala kwamanzi umphakathi yethu namabhizinisi sibambisane kulolu daba, ngoba udaba esibona ukuthi sizophumelela ngokushesha kulona uma kunokubekezelelana, sikwazi futhi ukuthi siwehlise izinga lamanzi nokusetshenziswa kwawo, engamoshwa amanzi emakhaya. Uma ngabe nje senza umzekeliso, uma ngabe amanzi okade uyakaza ngawo kade washiya ingubo, lawo manzi lawo okuyakaza kufuneki achithwe, fanele lawo manzi siphinde siwasebenzise ukuwasha ezinye futhi ingubo. Lokhu kuzokwenza ukuthi amanzi engamosheki ngendlela engase isifake enkingeni. Siyafisa-ke ukuzwakalisa isicelo sethu kubo bonke abahlali ukuthi basibekezelele kulesi sikhathi. Siyazi akulona udaba olula lolu longabe khona kwamanzi ngaso sonke isikhathi, kodwa siyafisa ukuthi abahlali namabhizinisi nabo bonke abasebenzisa amanzi eThekwini sikwazi ukubambisana ukuze sikwazi ukudlula kule nkinga engadalwanga yithi kodwa edalwe izikhukhula. Ngakho masenze kanjalo umsebenzi wonke uzoqhubeka kuye phambili. Ingakho-ke sinxusa ukuthi imiphakathi kungabi khona imibhikisho ezovala imigwaqo ngenxa yokuthi amanzi ayanqanyulwa u4 hours, ama-hour amane, amahora amane. Kodwa kunalokho kube khona imibhikisho, kube khona ukubekezelelana, kube khona futhi ukuqonda ukuthi lesimo esibhekene naso isimo esinzima kakhulu esidinga ukubambisana. Siyabonga.
Thank you, Board Mayor. We now open an opportunity for questions directed to Board Mayor Mxolisi, if there are any from colleagues. The Board passes and then next one.
Ikamu Fanele Mhlongo from SABC News. Yes, we would like to check here from Board Mayor, because we understand the severity of the damage to infrastructure. But what is it that is leading to so many months being spent in terms of fix the infrastructure? Is it maybe the manpower, or there have been enough engineers who can speed up the process so that people do not spend so many months with this water cutoffs? Can we have that in English? And this is
Okay, that's the first one. Second question.
Just an update to Ugabu Deputy Mayor, because he spent some days or if not weeks at Utonga's area, yet the area still has that huge problem of having no water, even including areas such as Hambanati, nearby areas in Hambanati Township. Just an update as to since it's been there, how is the situation now?
All right, we'll take those first two, Bob Mayor and Timbalako, and then if there's another round, we will see them at the end of it. And if we could answer both in this as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We reported about Tongat, about the progress that we are making and interventions, since we also convened a public meeting to update communities, and will continue to update our communities in Tongat area. We are due to visit other areas, which we must also give an update on the challenges that we experience on the severity of damages to our infrastructure. So the issue on why are we spending long period to fix this, it involves designs, it involves planning. Remember that when you put infrastructure, you must also take into cognizance the lifespan of that infrastructure. So to rush things and say because we want to bring water back now, but something which won't also be able to sustain you in providing the same water in the communities in a manner that is envisaged, it's going to give us problems. But we are talking to all the contractors and Umgeni to say, let us do our best, our level best, to short circuit the period wherever it is possible. But by short circuiting the period, we are not calling for the job that will be shoddy work. We want to assure our communities that whatever that will be done will be of quality, so that that particular infrastructure will last long, because it's not about doing it for 6 months, for 3 months. It's about sustaining these services to our members of the public. Ngakho ke udaba olithinta isikhathi ukuthi indaba sibe side kangaka esokuthi kwenziwe lemisebenzi. Lemisebenzi esikhuluma ngawo mkhulu kakhulu. Mikhulu kakhulu futhi ifaka phakathi ezobunjiniyela ekufanele kudesignwe, kufakwe kahle ama plans ukwenzela ukuthi noma yimuphi umsebenzi ozobe wenzeka sibe nesiqiniseko sokuthi awuzukwenzeka emva kwenyanga ezisithupha noma emva konyaka kuthiwa awuseqashuka amapayipi noma sekunenkinga emapayipini. Ngakho ke lowo msebenzi uzodinga ukuthi noma sifisa ukuthi isikhathi sifinqwe sokuthi wenzeke, kodwa wenzeke ngendlela, futhi indlela ezokwenzeka ngawuqinisekisa ukuthi ukuphepha kwabantu bakithi nokuqhubekela phambili nje ukuhlinzeka kwabo ngamanzi kuyoba yinto eyisikhathi eside eyobe ikade ihlelelwe sona. Ingakho kubalekile ukuthi noma sifuna ukufaka ipressure kubona, kodwa ke sibacelile abakamngeni water nenkampani abasebenza nazo ukuthi abenze kusemandleni njengoba nathi siyenza kweminye imisebenzi yethu ukuthi sifinqe isikhathi, kodwa ukufinqa kwesikhathi angingasho umonakalo nokwenza komsebenzi ongalungile futhi ongekho eqophelweni eliphezulu. Senga-eda uDeputy Mayor.
Sorry, Deputy Mayor, sacela mama kuneso sozala kahle.
Oh, kodwa sengathi sacovered kwamanje.
Uyikhave kahle baba Mayor. Yeah.
Any more questions, please? All right. Siyabonga kakhulu. Siyabonga Bob Mayor and Timbalako. Thank you, colleagues, in cooperating us with your presence at such short notice. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Siyabonga sisi. Thank you. Sibongele bafowethu. Nesiqalele ukuthi asisaqhawulanga sesiphuthuma umhlanga. Siphume kunye umhlanga. Oh, sengihamba nama microphone. Awusasho. Ukuthi ngihamba nezinto zakho. Sengiyantshontsha. Babona meyiboshela imicrophone.
Now she mina ngijahupa kumswethu ngiyamalaleli.
Uzonyamalela la. Uzosondela ngasemncane.
Oh, yikhona kwani?
Sikhuluma ngasiyela bona bona.
Oh, ngiyafana. Thanks.